Hello and welcome to Demon Interviews episode 207. I forgot to look up what Pokemon number that is. I'm your host, Springy, and joining us today is our very special guest.
Hello. Hi, my name is Allie. Nice to meet you all. I am mostly known on Instagram and TikTok as Angel Lights Allie, but I am recently a streamer. Hi.
Woo! And hopefully by the time this video goes up, TikTok will not be banned. We'll see. If I remember to
Oh,
edit
that's
something,
cool.
maybe I'll put something right here.
Ha!
I won't. I will not remember. I think we'll upload this today, so I'm not going to remember. I'll put something in the
That's fair.
comments. So, my first question for you today is, how are you doing today?
I am doing lovely, actually. It's been a very good morning.
Perfect. I'm so happy to hear that.
How are you? Do you get asked that? Do you get asked questions?
Sometimes I actually even have a whole question about you asking me questions. Don't spoil it.
I'm
Oh my
sorry.
god.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not like I use the
Forgive me.
same set of questions for every single person. Oh my god.
No.
Spoilers. God damn. Um, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. I just played some D&D and that was fun. We got to try beat up a character I made, so that's fun.
Oh, I mean, D&D is always fun.
It always is.
Always.
Today was a high. It was a good day. It was a good high day.
Oh
Good beat.
yeah. Okay. Good sessions.
Exactly. Good sessions, beating things up that I painfully made, that I made, gave to the DM, was like, you may please use this. And then they did, and now we're beating him up, or trying to.
Glorious.
Um, and I don't know how well it's going to go. So, my next question is, have you ever been interviewed like this before?
No, not quite.
Well, we're happy to introduce you to the world of interviewing.
Hello, world. Hello.
Imagination. Um,
Imagination.
Okie dokie. So, next question. Very hard hitting, very personal question. Would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Cheetos.
I agree.
I don't even like Cheetos that much. But unless it's like a great day outside and the hike is easy, I'm good.
I agree. I love Cheetos, but I agree with everything else you said. So, people who are not familiar with you, but know the people we interview 95% of the time, you do the cosplays.
I do.
And we would like to ask, because we are Venom, do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
Yes, the fee totally optional. Yes. You don't even um it's not really like a planned thing yet, but I definitely want to do a Luna Snow cosplay from Marvel Rivals. I feel like her and I have a very similar appearance, and so I think it would be really fun to do that.
Awesome, amazing,
Thank you.
spectacular. Other
Thank you.
words that go from Spider Man's name?
Friendly
Uh,
neighborhood.
you know, ultimate as well. But like, I don't know
Oh,
if those
yeah.
work in this context, though. Sadly,
I think if we believe hard enough, it will.
we'll make it make sense.
Absolutely. I like this. I like what we got going.
Exactly. It's like, I my camera's here, and it's like everywhere at once.
Oh, it's okay. My camera's over here, and I'm looking at my screen. It's fine. I get it.
It's fine. It's weird.
Angles. What are angles?
My screen used to be here, and my camera was up here, and everything's wrong. So, my next question, very hard hitting question once again. Since we talked about it slightly for a hot second, the tickety tocketies, the tic
Yes.
tacs, the tic
The
tac toes,
clock app.
the clock app, exactly. Since it is in the news for a lot of different reasons,
Right.
what as of right now, this is the 18th. We don't know. I think it's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. But why did you start using the tickety talkities in the first place?
So I am a TikTok veteran. I was there when it was Musically. So I've just been on the app for far too long.
Sames.
It started as like a fun 15-year-old trend thing that I was like, oh my gosh, I have a phone with a decent-ish camera. I'm gonna make silly little videos.
I
And
feel
I
that.
just kept going.
I feel that. I feel that. I used to same thing.
Yeah, there was no reason or rhyme behind it. It was just I wanted to have fun with my friends.
How dare you want to have fun?
How dare I? It's the worst.
Says the U.S. government. Sorry, that's the last thing I'm gonna say about. That's the last thing I'm gonna say about that. Sorry.
That was a weird fly that I just heard.
Yeah, I know. It was a
Wow.
weird buzzing sound. Anywho, and then the next question is like not on the same thought at all. So, as you said, on the interwebs,
Yes.
you go by. Let me make sure I'm reading it correctly because I don't want to read it wrong. I've done this before. Because I don't want to say like Batman Lover 2009 or something and then it'd be wrong. Okay, so on some social media platforms, or most of them, or 98% of them, you go by
Yes.
Angel Eyes Alley. At least
Correct.
on this one I'm currently looking at. I do believe you go by other things sometimes as well. But, unless I'm completely wrong, which I'm sorry.
Majority of my medias are Angel Eyes Alley.
Woo! Well, I wanted to ask, why did you choose that username and not Batman Lover 2099? Or anything else?
Um, so one of my family friends, she was like an aunt to me, called me Angel Eyes as a nickname. That's the only way she would address me. She'd be like, Angel Eyes, come here, and I'd scurry on over. But it was so unique to me at the time, and I have never heard it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I put Allie at the end of it because I just didn't know what else to put when I was making a fun, unique username for the medias. And so I was like, Angel Eyes? Sure. Yeah, that has a nice little ring to it.
Yeah,
And it just kind of stuck.
yeah, it works. AEA.
Yeah. AEA.
So, next groundbreaking question.
I'm ready. I'm prepped.
How long have you been cosplaying for?
Ooh, so including closet cosplays since I was like 8.
Ooh.
Because I was poor. I didn't have money, nor did I know how to sew, so I just bought clothes and thrifted and found stuff in my mom's closet that's looked similar enough to what I was going for. I just danced around my house in a little cosplay. But when I started going to conventions, I think I was around 18, 19. So a
Nice.
few years. Good few years.
With a good decade of experience under your belt.
Of closet cosplay.
It's
I can mimic, but like legitimate cosplay is maybe like, say, like a good 7 years, maybe.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All your numbers are like 18, 17, 8. You know, perfect. It works. It just works.
It all works.
Exactly. Perfect
Maybe it's a
timing.
lucky number or something that I should pay attention to.
You know, 3 sevens. People say that's the angel number.
There are several angel numbers.
Touche. I don't know a lot about that.
I
My
don't know
my
either.
extent with like anything religious is either a class I took, where it's all the religions, or has been hotel.
And you know what? That's fair.
That's pretty much all I got. For
And that's totally fine because I also know nothing about angel numbers. I just ask my friend who knows.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. It's like
Help. Help.
help me. So now I have to say the stereotypical YouTube thing of don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Don't forget to uh watch our lovely guest. That's not the word I was looking for. That's the first time I messed that up in like 200 episodes. Don't forget to follow our lovely guests on all the social media platforms. There'll be a way to get to all of them in the description below. Yes, you.
Oh
Shockingly,
my
I know.
god.
But,
Oh my god.
and don't forget to leave a question for our lovely guest as well if we ever get them back in the same capacity in the future. Woo! Okay. Little fumble there, but I was able to.
That's okay.
I don't know.
How dare you be human?
I know, right? God damn it. No fun, no humanity. Okay. Um. Next question. As I am reading it shockingly intensely. It's a very long, very
Boy.
complicated question, as they all have been. Coming from a past guest, a Mr. Zoom _ 2028. Well, that was his name on TikTok. Might have changed that. Bacon question mark.
Bacon? Bacon.
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 Perfect. Next question, longer and more complicated. Coming from the same past guest. So you know it's gonna be real hard hitting.
Oh boy, okay, I'm ready.
Peanut butter question mark.
Peanut butter. My husband's allergic to peanuts.
Ah.
So it's touchy territory. It's peanut butter. But I am a peanut butter lover.
How dare you trigger my husband with this peanut butter based question? Oh my god. No.
He can smell the word peanut.
And then he just busts in like peanuts.
He's over here on the other side of me just nodding. Just
Hi.
he says hello.
Hello.
Okay. So back on track, but shockingly still food based.
I love food questions.
Now, very important.
Yes.
We must combine these two questions: bacon and peanut butter question mark at the same time.
I've tried it. I've done
Oh.
that.
You have.
And it honestly, it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Cause I put peanut butter on my waffles.
Ooh.
And you know, like the peanut butter and then
Mhm.
syrup, all that. And I typically like I'm a scooper
Yeah.
with my bacon, and so I just like scoop it in the syrup, and I typically get peanut butter on it, and it's just
Ooh.
so it's a little nostalgic for me. I'm just like, yes, childhood treat for me.
The funniest thing is, I've asked this question so many times. Nobody has said they've tried it before. And before I
What?
told them to do it. Yes.
That's
Literally
crazy.
nobody.
Oh my god, I'm making history, guys.
Totally. My headphones don't let me flow my hair back right now.
Just falls.
My Lego hair. God, this is good. Real good track now, isn't it? So, I've actually tried it because I've asked this question so many times. It is on on the Demon Interviews Instagram, I think, and I agree with you 100%. I don't get to say that normally. It just to me it just tastes. I had it like how you have like ants on a log type of thing. You know, take a piece of
Yeah.
bacon, smear peanut butter on it, and it wasn't bad. It just tasted more like whatever you had on the mouth. Words.
Words. I think I understood what you meant though.
Yeah, I didn't want to say in the mouth because that could go weird. Anywho,
Well, you said it anyway.
yeah, well, I'm also wearing an Alistair jacket, so like I feel like I'm already on like that level.
You know, I think it's excused, honestly.
Exactly. At least I'm not talking about murder. Anyhow, what is the hardest thing about getting into one of your cosplays?
Oh, I'm thinking of loot specifically. Face paint. Am I allowed to swear?
Fuck yes, go ahead.
Cool. Face paint's a bitch. I love it. Awesome for transformation purposes. Like I look like a completely different being. But it takes so long to put on, and it takes so long to get off. I can't. I have to dedicate a bit of time to do it. And
I
so I try to avoid face paint.
I can recently understand that because I was doing a haunted house and I only had to like face paint like here and on my eyes, not on my eyes, over my eyes, and like exactly, and that was so hard to take off
Right?
because it was just black face paint. So I was like,
That's rough.
and it would smear because I had a mask on,
Right.
so it would go from here and here to here,
Everywhere. Yes.
everywhere, all at
Dawn.
once.
Dawn dish soap.
Yes, the Powerade stuff as well, or the Power
Yeah.
Wash. That
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah.
gets it
I know what
off.
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It, and then like also like
Immediate, just
exactly just right off, and then like a go over with mineral water, I think it is, or something like that. Just helps the skin not be like, now I hate you for the rest of your life.
exactly. Yes. Strip it of all the oils. Now put some love back into it immediately.
Exactly. So, next up on the list, coming from a different past guest,
Ooh,
a Shannon Carruthers. You're going to be in a movie. That's not a question. You're going to be the star of the movie. No questions here.
okay.
Who would you want your co-star to be? It could be a person in real life. It could be a celebrity. It could be whoever you want.
Hmm.
And what genre of movie would it be?
Ooh, that's exciting. So I think mm, my main co-star probably it's gonna be really freaking cheesy, but my husband because he and I play D&D together a
Ooh.
ton, and so we bounce off each other incredibly well. So we'd have a lot of improv scenes, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for genre, it would be so fun for us to do like a thriller or like what like the action thrillers. I
Mm-hmm.
think it'd be really fun or fantasy, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think one of those would just be
Perfect.
crisp.
I could definitely agree from just a little bit we see from like those TikTok videos and everything. Those short form videos. I definitely can just from the little bits we see, I can definitely agree with that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, do I want to get into these ones before we go into the other thing? Yes, I do. So, questions, comments, and concerns. That's my life. So, now we're gonna kind of get into like the con based questions. Only like three, but it's like we're grouping
Yeah.
them together because that's fun. So you talked about you have been to the conventions before. How many conventions have you gone to before, or if it's easier, how many different ones?
Mm, so I'm still pretty new to like bigger con culture because I was in a small town and I didn't have the means to like travel very
Mm-hmm.
far as a teenager who can. Um, so I had like my local itty bitty one. It was called WenCon because it was in a little town called Wenatchee in Washington.
Ooh.
That's where I grew up. And then I went to like Puyallup, also in Washington. RadCon, I think it's another smaller con. It's like in a hotel. It's really cool, really chill. And then like WonderCon once. That was in California. And then as of late, it has been FanX here in Salt Lake.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's all of the conventions I've been to. I've been to two FanX conventions thus far.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, you're
very
beating
fun.
me. I've gone to two. Period.
Well, I'm glad you have gone, and I hope you can go to more.
I totally thought you were gonna say. I hope you can go to one tomorrow. I'm like, I don't think tomorrow, but we can try. Uh, so speaking of, are there any upcoming cons you would like to talk about that you will be attending, or hopefully
FanX,
attending?
absolutely. Like FanX, definitely one because it's easy to go to. And it's far enough out that I can plan, because like as a mom, you can't just like pack up and go away for a
Mhm.
weekend, you know? You got to plan stuff out, got to have a sitter and all of that fun stuff. But this coming FanX, a lot of my long distance friends and like my moderators, essentially, my closer friends are
Mhm.
going to try and come out and meet me in person. And so this year's FanX is going to be a bit more special than the last couple.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Any other conventions I'm not sure of? Obviously, if I find them, I'll be posting them everywhere on my social medias, being like, oh my god, come say hello.
Please, grab
Please.
them.
I beg.
Please.
Can I can I ask you something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you in a closet?
Well, my computer's in a closet.
Beautiful.
I'm technically outside the closet. The closet ends here,
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm in a closet. Now I'm out of
I
now.
I see
Now
what you
I'm
mean. I see what
literally
you
out of
mean.
the closet, not metaphorically, at all. Anywho,
Noted.
we're going in a weird direction again. That's my fault. I made it weird. I apologize. But so conventions.
Yes.
This is coming from one of our past guests as well, and I'm sorry if I butchered their name because I will on accident. From a
Understandable.
Justice Paldea. That's not how you say it, but it's Pokemon. Uh, strangest con experience.
Oh. Okay. Probably this last FanX that I went to, we were Adam and Loot, and one of the strangest things I've noticed is how people interact with Adam cosplayers specifically. Because I don't know if it's because he played him so well or had like the aura of Adam or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, but a lot of people just assumed that he was Adam and not a person cosplaying Adam. And like I got some a little bit too. Like I got random people like pointing their weapons at me and being like, "I hate you," and playing and being playful, but that was easy to brush off. Somebody ran up to play punch Adam. And like it did not look like a play punch. They came up, reared back, and like went and then they slowed down last second. And I was like, I'm gonna have to get security for like I was anyways, they found us later and was like, "Thank you so much for playing along." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure. Maybe a little warning. Just a slight warning." Because people really liked to invade our bubble when
Yeah.
we were those characters because they wanted the confrontation, but I think that was probably one of my strangest ones.
Fair. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, now I wish to ask, kind of on the flip side of that, what was your
Yeah.
favorite convention memory so far?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but this last FanX, because it was like the biggest convention moment we've ever had because we
Mm-hmm.
went all 3 days. We stayed up in Salt Lake for the whole weekend, and it was the first time that I actually met fans, like
Ooh.
actual people that knew us because of the Adam and Loot video. And I think that was probably one of my favorite moments was when people were like, "Oh my God, it's you." And I had no idea how to react. I'm an awkward person kind of naturally unless we're friends. And I'm just like I didn't know what to do with my hands. I didn't know what to say. I was stuttering, but it was just so surreal being like, "Hey, I'm your fan. Can I have a picture with you because I watch your content?" And I was like, "Yeah." Sure. But yeah, it was so overwhelming, but it was so like loving in a way because they weren't weird about it. They just like spoke to me as a person most of the time. So it was really I don't know, it was like eye-opening that I was actually doing something that people were enjoying.
Awesome. Amazing and spectacular. And an ultimate and friendly neighborhood. Um,
Yes.
so now we're going to get on to kind of the Twitch based questions a little bit, and then we'll kind of flop back and forth here and there.
Exciting.
So, very similar question to the TikTok one that took us way off the rails on my own fault. Why did you start streaming on? Why did you start streaming? Uh, wow, that sounds like why are you using Netflix on Twitch? Why did you start streaming on Twitch and all that?
Um, so I've tried to do Twitch a couple of times, but I didn't take it serious or anything like that. It was just something that I would do on occasion.
Hmm.
But the real reason that I wanted to take it seriously is because one, I was getting decent traction on TikTok specifically. That was like leaking over into Instagram as well,
Hmm.
but then the demand started coming. I mentioned it once in like passing, and somebody was like, "Yeah, you absolutely need to start streaming. I'd love to watch you do that. I didn't know you gamed." And I was like, "Oh yeah, love playing video games. Like I just want to do that most of the time."
Hmm.
And so the demand came, and that's when I was like, "All right, yeah, I'll go for it. I'll try it."
Awesome. I only know those two words. I'm sorry. I mean them every time, but I only know awesome and amazing. I only know two words.
Lovely. Wonderful.
So, like you said, since you've been on the platform for at least a little bit now, and you've been on and off of it before, do you have any advice for people who are starting new on on that platform?
Yeah. Don't worry too much about like the bells and whistles and like the aesthetics. Get a simple overlay if you would like, just to kind of give a vibe out of like what you are, what you do, what you're like. Be a yapper. Like, if you have nobody in the stream, keep freaking talking because you are so much more likely to get interaction in the chat if you are blabbing about something.
Hmm.
You know, it doesn't even have to be related to the game or whatever you're doing. It can just be like, oh, yeah, so this happened today. Or, hey, have you heard about this lore in this fandom that I'm a part of? And typically you'll get people that do that.
Oh.
And it helps if somebody can bounce off of something instead
Yeah.
of having you just be background noise. Um, tags, use tags, uh, like small streamer and stuff like that. Like if you're just starting out, lurker friendly, all of this stuff. Just so it kind of gets you out on Twitch's platform, like the algorithm a little bit. Um, yeah, just keep going. Play with friends. Play with friends, because then it's easier for people like me sometimes when I was starting out when I didn't know what to talk about. If I had a friend with me to talk to.
Hmm.
And so that kind of just helps with that yapper
Yeah.
advice, basically. But be yourself, please. Don't be don't be fake, because then you'll get the fake audience kind of deal.
Hmm.
Just be yourself, have fun. Don't worry too much about the little things.
Awesome. That's really I really do like that advice. I do declare. What the hell's wrong with me today? Okay.
Random accents are like my favorite thing ever, so you're good.
Well, this this question is kind of TikTok, Twitch, any other social media where you do video content at all. Is have you ever gotten hurt from doing one of your videos?
Lightly. I don't do anything crazy, but like a dance or something, like I'll hit my funny bone or like I'll roll my ankle or something, but it's nothing crazy.
What, you're not trying to fly off the roof? Just
No,
whee.
actually, I'm afraid of heights.
Same. I feel that. Well, currently to your knowledge, and I guess this technically goes with you could work with other social media platforms as well. To your knowledge, what is your most liked or viewed video, whichever one you happen to look at? What is your most liked or viewed video on any social media platform?
Probably my like Adam and Loot one, where it's the song that went viral. The what are we even talking about? That one. Yeah, because even out of cosplay, that one took off, and that's what really sparked the you need to cosplay them now
Mm-hmm.
thing. And so when we did cosplay them, that one immediately took off because everybody was waiting for it. And that's probably the biggest one that I have.
Amazing.
Spectacular, even.
some would even say ultimate.
Maybe even friendly Spiderhood. Spiderhood? Yeah. See? Word.
Words.
Hard.
Words no good.
They're
Words hard.
difficult.
So it kind of is on a similar track, but this is from a fan on Instagram. Hopefully they're still a fan of ours. If not, then hey! Uh, Charlie_Aronson99 on the Instagrams. What is one thing you regret doing on camera? If there is any.
Probably some stupid little thirst trap that I tried to do when I was like 17. Like just anything from that era, I'd rather just burn.
I get that.
I shouldn't have been on media.
Yeah, I feel that. There are some videos that I'm like, why? Why did I make that?
Yeah, when people go back through my like old videos and like them and I see it, I go to them and I typically delete them. So I'm just like, I forgot I did this. I recorded that and thought it was a good idea to post it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I feel that. I feel that too much sometimes, I swear.
I feel like a lot of people do.
Yeah. That's a very, yeah. But on a slightly happier note, a little bit. A very hard hitting question from a past guest, a Harley F. Quinn. What are those?
These are my Crocs. I'm kidding.
I That was literally a question. Somebody said you should put that in. I'm like, okay.
What are those?
Yep, that's it. That's the whole sentence.
These are my hopes and dreams. Would you like to have some?
I don't want to take yours. I will try and
I'll
find some.
share.
Sharing is caring. I appreciate it, but but if I take your hopes and dreams, but then they won't be my hopes and dreams.
This is true. This is true.
We have different hopes and dreams.
What if we find one that is similar?
Touche. And
Be free.
Explodes. Ah, two totally different routes: explosion and freedom.
Well.
Okay, well, I hate this is the next question, but like it makes sense. I'm gonna edit it a little bit. I'm gonna edit it a little bit. So this kind of social media in general once again, but what was your favorite trend that you were a part of, or that you did a video or content for?
Ooh. Oh, that's Hmm.
And if you'd like to add the least favorite one you were a part of, you're more than welcome to as well.
I mean, I like the dancey trends a lot, as silly as they can be. I like that they're silly. I like that they are. But I don't know about a favorite. I haven't thought about that. I mean, the Has-Been Hotel trend was super fun. Just that whole train was just a really fun little avenue to be a part of. Least favorite? I don't know. I don't join trends that I don't like.
Touche.
I'm just like, I'll just leave that to those people.
They can have fun with that.
Have fun with that. I'm gonna stay over here and like from my room.
Exactly.
There you go.
That also makes it cool. I have this massive screen I watch all my videos on, and it's just like I can.
Don't you?
You gotta use your whole hand for those ones. Just
sometimes your foot if you're feeling a little extra lazy.
Yeah, just lean against your bed and just use your
Swipe.
foot to swipe this massive screen of videos. Double tap with your toe.
Absolutely. Don't you do that? I do that all the time. With my flat screen phone. I guess.
This is going in a direction. So
details.
So next up, who from any social media platform would you like to do a collaboration with in real life you haven't done one with before? AKA, you cannot use your husband.
Right.
Or you can be a part of it, but I mean, you can't be
Oh
the
my
one who
God.
chooses.
There are countless cosplayers out there that I would love a chance to just even meet or, let alone do any form of like content with. It would be
Mm.
so cool. Bucket Brown though, I have loved them for so long that they're every time I see them, I'm just like,
Ah,
what kind of masterpiece are you giving us now? What is it?
please, can I have some more? Just
So probably them.
awesome, amazing,
I,
spectacular, ultimate, friendly neighborhood, all that fun stuff.
yes.
So, yay, yay, yay. Now, let me just go back to the other one real quick, see what we got here. What's one of the best compliments you've ever gotten, either in person or on the interwebs or any of that fun stuff?
One of my favorite compliments to get is that I look like an elf. I love elves. I love like The Legend of Zelda and all that stuff. But so when I was growing up, I was really insecure about my ears because they're different shapes. They kind of look different. And I got made fun of. And so somebody then was like, "Hey, you have elf ears." And that insecurity just vanished for a good bit. And so I was like, "I'm an elf. Thank you." And now that is my personality.
Elf. Elfish.
Wood elf specifically.
Oh, I
But
like
also
your.
another compliment that I really like is that you have a good personality. And I'm just like, oh, thank you. I try.
I try not to be a problem. And you
I was
do.
a little,
You're like, the stereotypical thing you think about when you see people online is either and they cosplay characters who are not as nice as others,
Mhm.
is that they are those characters. And then you realize they're the exact opposite of the characters they cosplay a lot of the time.
Me with loot.
Yeah, exactly.
Prime example. It's just I'm nothing like her.
So speaking of the the the, the evil string instrument, have you ever created any cosplays just to like follow a trend or anything along those lines, or somebody suggested it to you from like anyone online, in person, so on and so forth? Hopefully that makes
So
sense.
like cosplay a character that doesn't exist.
Like a like cosplay like in this fake scenario. I don't know.
Hmm.
You only cosplay loot because you saw that people wanted you to,
Right.
or because somebody suggested it to you, or because you saw that was popular,
Hmm.
not because you wanted to as an individual, or something along those lines.
I mean, loot was probably the biggest one that I was like, "Oh, this is trendy and I kind of want to do that." But like it was a
Yeah,
kind of want to. But I'm not going to like break the bank to do it. And then everybody was like, "Oh my God, you look like loot. You look like loot. You should do it. You should do it. You should do it. You should do it." And I was like, "Do the roar." And I was like, I'm gonna do the roar now, I guess, because I have to, because people need this and people want this, and I must deliver.
they need this.
But I'm also the type of person that is like, I really like the cosplays nobody asks for.
Hmm.
Like, this is super niche, and you guys might not get it, but I like it.
I get that.
Like, nobody asked me to cosplay Kim Possible. Nobody
I loved
asked me
it.
to do that. I had a great time as Kim Possible.
I thought Kim Possible was perfect.
Thank you. Everybody was like, "No, oh my God, you're Shigo. You're not Kim." And I'm just like, "I want to be Kim. Let me
Leave,
be her.
leave
Let
me
me be
alone.
her."
I want to be the Green Power Ranger. Leave me alone. Like,
Exactly.
that's a feeling. And I'm like, whatever you want to do, more power to it. I say that
Yeah.
so many times I've annoyed my coworker. Uh, more power to it, and the other coworker's like does not like what was it? It was I don't remember. I'll have to think about that. Hey, God, I'm losing my mind. So, who is your biggest cosplay inspiration or inspirations if you have multiple?
I have so many. I mean, again, Bucket Brown being a big one of them. Sakura Floor, I think is how you pronounce her. She's a sweetheart. I've gotten the joy and like pleasure to talk to her, and we're mutuals, shockingly. Because of Loot, we both cosplayed Loot, and she's just mwah, she's so cool. I love her so much. Um, there's just so many. There's so many.
I get that.
Those are probably like the most standouty. Also, I think Rain is her name. She's a Utah cosplayer.
Ooh.
Uh, she's a professional cosplayer. A lot of people know her. She like did the walking trend years ago on TikTok, like the walking in place trend. She's the one who started that.
Oh.
Yeah, I love her so much.
Perfect.
Gotten to be in her vicinity. I'm just hello. Hi.
Hi. I'm here.
You're over there, and
Perfect.
I'm just gonna appreciate you from over here. Oh my
I
god.
can understand that 100%. So, we kind of already touched on that one, so I'm going to skip that one because it's like we already kind of talked about that. So, I think we already did all of these on here.
Oh,
All the, the fun ones. But, oh, wait, no, there's two more. Two more. And then we have shockingly more on a different thing in my
oh
head.
my goodness.
So, both of these are from uh, past guests. Couldn't find the word there for a second.
But you did it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So, this one's coming from a Dark Mina the Gone. Which stereotypical character would you be in a horror movie? Would you be the final survivor, the killer, first to die, so on, stereotypical horror movie nonsense?
Um, I wouldn't be in a horror movie, but if I were, I'd be the escapist. I'd be the one trying to get the hell out. I'd be like, let's not go to the basement. Let's go this way.
Let's not go towards the running chainsaws.
The planner. I would be the planner. I'd be like, let's not split up because that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Just one of those. I'd probably be the first to die though. Somehow, because I try to save everybody, and that's on me, really.
Fair. I can understand that. The last one on the list is actually very is very like tough question. Not tough. What's your social security number? No. So this is coming from a. Gotta say this horribly wrong, and I am sorry. Miyamoi underscore Megui. No, I said that wrong. Sorry. What does cosplay mean to you?
It's totally just a creative outlet. It's a way to play dress up that's socially acceptable. Um, but it's costume play. That's literally
Mm-hmm.
what it is. You just have fun, you know? It's just something you can do because you can, and it's awesome.
I
So
Yeah,
it's a fun hobby. That's yeah, a fun hobby. That's a
fun hobby.
better description.
I like it. It's a good description.
Thank you. Thank you.
Horrible. No.
Aw.
Just ends. Just like I can't do it anymore. Just like leaves the room.
A single tear has been shed.
Yeah. Allie will remember that, and I'll just go like be on the top of the screen. Just remember that.
Just
You made me cry.
Allie will remember.
Anywho, Jesus Christ. So, the final 4 questions of the day.
Yes.
So the first one is: do you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
Sure. Yeah. What made you start doing this? What made you start wanting to do interviews?
Well, back in my day when I was so
I asked you a question, not for your life story. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no so I started it because I actually saw somebody who was only doing like bigger cosplayers, like only the highest of the highs and
Mm-hmm.
none of the not more grounded cosplayers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The normal working people. Uh, so, and I was like, we could do this. I had a friend. I messaged them at midnight my time, and they live in Jersey. So it was 3 a.m. in like November
Oh my goodness.
or mid-December or something, and said, "Hey, we should do this." And he's like, "Okay, leave me alone, but okay." But it's 3. Why are you awake? But just stuff like that, and we were like, let's go run for like 1 or 2 episodes. We're not gonna get many people because at first we're only doing people who did original characters of demons. Our name was a lot
Oh.
longer, and I was like, and then I DM'd like 12 people, being like, yeah, very similar message to what I sent you, almost
Mm-hmm.
word for word. Um, And yeah, I sent it, and we were like, we're gonna get like 1 reply, maybe. All like about 11 of the 12 replied, and it just kind of went from there. And now we're here, or well, I'm here. He's dead.
Oh,
He's in my basement. No, he's just in Jersey doing his own Jersey things.
Jersey things.
Jersey things, like death.
Ah, of course.
Of course. Well, but yeah. So that's the long and short of it. Lot ups, few downs.
Oh,
It's
for
like a
sure.
weird pie chart. Not pie chart. This is a graph.
Graph,
Yeah, something.
a
I'm the
line graph.
statistics person. And I'm supposed to know what these are called. That's how my day's going. So, but yeah, that's the long and short of it and all that fun stuff.
That's so cool. All right, another question.
Oh, more. I'm
Super
excited.
important. Super important.
Yes, of course.
What's your favorite color?
Green or black.
Very good. Mine's dark green,
Oh, I love that. That's perfect. Hey, right in the middle.
right in the middle.
Perfect. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
Perfect. Well, next is: would you ever like to return to the show in the future for either not a Pokemon, either for a video like this in the future or for a different project?
That would be super fun.
Perfect, because we already have you scheduled for 6 more.
Ah,
All right now, doing 12
Nick.
different cosplays.
All right.
And they're
I'm
all loot. And differently
Stop.
colored loots. There's a red one and a blue one, a gray one.
Crying.
Uh,
Okay.
but yeah. So we have that. Perfect. We actually are planning something at some point in the future, which is fun. Something somewhere, everywhere, all at once.
All the things.
All the things, all the everywheres, and all at once.
All of them.
Now, next is: do you have any people you'd like to see on the show in the future?
Sakura Floor. She'd be so fun. She'd be so fun for you guys to talk to, I'm sure.
Awesome possum. Just send me their username on any of the social media platforms you see me on, because
I've got
sometimes
you.
there's a random underscore, or O's a zero, stuff like that.
I've got you.
And lastly, for today, do you have any questions for a future guest?
Ooh, yes. Uh, what is your favorite prop and what was your hardest prop to make for a cosplay?
Well, I would like you to answer your own question.
The wings. The wings are my favorite and the hardest that we've ever done. Because I'm not a pro I don't make a lot of my cosplays. Like I get the outfit together, sure,
Yeah.
but when it comes to like props and making it like stand out like Loot did, we did that in like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Because the con was right there. And all of the feathers that you saw were hand cut. Each individual notch was hand cut.
Oh God.
They were painted. Like, we went really hard on the wings, and they were heavy.
Makes sense.
Loved them, though. Obviously, that paid off. But I do not recommend the wings for the faint of heart at a convention. Because you can't walk around for
But
shit.
but if people get in your bubble, you can just
You'd think that
no.
people don't care. People don't care. People walked into my wings as I was like holding them in because they could fold. They like moved
Yeah.
because we were planning on doing like a pulley system to have them like go out, but we didn't have time for that. So they just kind of hung there. And so like when I was going through crowds, it was kind of nice because I could just like hold them closer and like think small. But people
Small
just
thoughts.
did not. They spatial awareness was not a thing in the convention most of the time. People just shoulder checked my wings all the time, and it
Yeah.
caused it to fall off a few times.
Oh God.
So that was rough. But yeah, wings not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. I
But
can.
they're really cool.
Yeah.
They're really freaking cool.
I can definitely understand that 100%. Well, with that, thank you so much for taking the time and being here. I do highly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yay! It wasn't torture.
No.
Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow our lovely guests on all the social media platforms. There'll be a way to get to all of them in the description below. No promises of links. There'll at least be names. I could do all the work for you, but jeez. So, thank you all for watching, and at least I will see you in the next video. Bye.
And we wave for